chalice. The chalice reading this morning was written by Crystal Hogan, and I'm going to repeat it once. It's not very long. We light this chalice to honor our work, to celebrate our community, and to bring hope and determination to our mission in the wider world. I'll read it one more time. We light this chalice to honor our work, to celebrate our community, and to bring hope and determination to our mission in the wider world. Thank you.
Will you please rise and body your spirit and join with us as we sing Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come unto me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion, blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
There it is. It's good to be with all of you today. My name is Amy Brock, and I'm the Director of Religious Exploration for Children and Youth, and it is time for our Time for All Ages. So if you are young or young at heart, we invite you to find your way to the rug. And while they're coming this month, we have been exploring joy, and today we're celebrating the joy that we have to be in this space. So I invite you to think about what your favorite part of this space is. What's your favorite part of being in this building or being in RE? I heard somebody say nothing. I kind of don't think that might be true. My favorite part of this space is our beautiful koi rug that we have up here with our koi fish on it. Does anybody else want to share what their favorite part of this space is? Can be hard to choose. There's so many different things to choose from. The playground, definitely, absolutely. What other things are our favorite parts of this space? This place. Well, I think Jazz has a story to tell us about what it was like to move to this space and to get to enjoy it from the space that they were in before. So I'll let Jazz tell that story.
So once upon a time, our fellowship was in a little building called the Old Stone Church. It was a small space that eventually we got just too big for. At the Old Stone Church, RE was hosted in the annex, and when we sang our young ones out to RE, they literally had to leave the building. Rain, shine, snow, and everything in between. It provides a new understanding to our arch and our song as you go. And so we started dreaming about what our new building might be like. A very important piece was how our RE space would look and how kids and youth would feel when they came to explore faith at our fellowship. We wondered, who could we ask to help us know how to build such a space? Who would know about that? Oh yeah, our children and our youth. Many of our young people at the time shared what they thought would be the most important. They said that we should have things like fun seating and games and whiteboards, toys, and lots of art materials. Our wise grown-ups shared their thoughts too. They said that we could have a kitchen where we could make yummy things to eat, a space to drink coffee, and some areas for small meetings. One of the most special things about this space is found on the doors in the back. We have 7 colorful windows that represent our shared values. Love is at the center of those values. This means that we want people to feel loved for who they are and feel like they really belong in our spaces. So we have things like a big rug to sit on and chairs. We try to balance our learning with playtime. We read stories by diverse authors and explore the historical contributions of UUs from our past. And we light our chalice each week to remind us that even when we leave this space, we carry our faith with us in our hearts wherever we go.
And so it's an honor to be here today and to celebrate this story as it continues with all of us in this space. And one of the things that we have been talking about for a while is a time capsule. Does anybody remember what our time capsule is? Yeah. Yeah, it kind of holds things. Yeah. We're not going to use it to teleport, but it does hold some things in it, and many, many years from now, I'm not sure how many years from now, but some years from now, people will open it and they'll get to see the things that we put in it, and that will tell them a little bit about who we are today when we put those things in there, and that's really cool. So I think there's 2 parts of our time capsule. Jazz, could you grab the green box for me? So this is where we're sort of putting our things, but the silver box up here, that's our actual capsule that'll be buried somewhere, and it'll keep it safe from the rain and all of those things. So we've made some things to put in our time capsule. Can you guys come get a heart from Jazz? Okay, so while you guys are doing that. Here's what we have decided that we want to put in our capsule. We have this little friend. It was part of our RE crafts 1 week, and it represents how we're all different and we're all important. We have a keychain that was part of our backpack blessing at the beginning of the year. It says, "I am loved at UUFCO." We have our values that we all come together to celebrate each week. We have this poster that our youth made that says what Unitarian Universalism means to me. And it says kindness, justice, learning, community support, coffee hour, love, and peace. That's what's important to our teenagers. Let's see. We have the picture of our tree in our RE space for our in-gathering service at the beginning of the year. We colored a leaf, and those leaves are all on our tree. So that sort of represents our community here. And then when we were talking to our 4th through 6th grade class about what they might want to put in the time capsule, they talked about politics and cultures. So they wanted to tell everybody a little bit about what was important to them around that. And they said that we are experiencing our 2nd wave of civil rights movements, that we're experiencing a 2nd wave of gender rights, that we're still working on the after effects of the pandemic, we're fighting for marriage equality. And they also said that they wanted people to know that Taylor Swift is really important. And that Fortnite is the best video game. And that Cybertrucks are a really confusing thing. They put just why. Just why, they said. So, another important thing that our 4th through 6th graders really enjoy is the Titanic. And so they have a picture of it that they've drawn on their whiteboard. So we'll include that in there. It's an important part of their space right now. We also have a turtle of trust. This was something that we talked about as part of our justice exploration and how trust is an important thing that we have in our community. Yeah. We have a skibbity robot. Yeah, so skibbity is an important word that Gen Alpha has developed. It can mean cool or not cool depending on the context. And so we thought we would share that as an important part of pop culture. And then last but not least, we have a collage that our K1 OWL class did. This is a picture of families, and I thought this was really important to show because we just told them to make a collage about families, and they really took our value of interdependence to heart, because we have a family of spiders, we have a family of 3 male lions, we have, looks like a dad and a little boy at the pool. We have 2 otters, we have a cacti family, and we have a family of ants. So families can come in all different shapes and sizes. A cacti family. I know, you guys did that. And then I think Jazz gave you guys all a heart, so you can put your heart in the box, and you can send whatever kind of energy you want in that heart. Think about what you want people to know. Yeah, we'll share our love here today. So everybody gets to put their heart in. Okay. Church is good. We love each other. We have a lot of fun together. All right. And put your heart in the box. So much love that we share. All right. Well, thank you all for helping us put this moment in time for people to look at. I think we picked some really good things to share today, and we're going to keep exploring how we love each other in this space today in our different areas. But before we go, we need to say our children's covenant. In this place, I am kind. In this place, I am loving. In this place, I am a friend to the earth and all animals and people. In this place, I am loved.
Test.
As you go, may joy surround you as you go. Go in peace. Know our love is with you always as you go. As you go, as you go, may joy surround you as you go. Go in peace, know our love is with you always as you go, as you go.
Good morning. My name is Jamie Rose McNeil, and Chayla couldn't be here today, so here are today's announcements. Welcome to those on Zoom and those present here today. Please a reminder to scoot in. It looks like there are not many empty chairs, but we are a welcoming place, and so if there are empty chairs and people need to have seating, that would be easiest for all people to have seats. And a reminder not to park in front of the mailboxes on Skyliners Road or in the bike lane, to keep those open and have mindful parking. Adult Spiritual Development is proposing to offer a spiritual book club. Each month's book would focus on a spiritual theme in line with UU principles. If you are interested in knowing more, please contact asd@uufco.org. Our homeless outreach project confirms that plans to evict all homeless campers from the China Hat area in Bend on May 1st, despite requests to postpone. Plans to help move and accommodate the 100 to 200 people being displaced are almost non-existent. If you wish to learn more about this, visit the homeless outreach table during coffee hour. Artists' reception for their new installation, Art That Heals, is Thursday, May 8th. Gather at 6 o'clock p.m. Artists will speak at 6:30. The 10th anniversary New Home Celebration. Check out the wonderful photography exhibit curated by Grace Kennedy in Linus Pauling. And if you didn't receive a booklet telling the story of the New Home project when you came in, you can pick one up at the welcome table on your way out. And the beautiful booklet was created by Carolyn Tate. And now, Larry Price has some thoughts to share about the people who created our new home.
Good morning. I'm Larry Price. I had the honor of being president of the UUFCO board 10 years ago during the final phase of our building construction and when our new home was dedicated. It gives me great pleasure on this 10th anniversary to recognize all those who made our new home a reality. As I call names and groups, please hold your applause and then give everybody a hearty applause at the end. So first, our visionary and hardworking new home committee chairs who provided tireless leadership for this project. Please stand and don't applaud as I call your name and remain standing. Leslie Koch, Dale Clark, Dave McGurn, Vernon Threlkeld, and Don Hartzaw. Then, all those who served on a new home committee, please stand. Or a work group for the new home, please stand. Or a task force, please stand. Or made a donation of time or money to the new home project. That should be lots of people. Please stand. And finally, to our architects, Jonah Cohen, now retired, and Corey Martin from THA. I have a feeling they may not still be with us, but they were here last night and did a lot of great work, who translated our vision and aspirations into the design of this beautiful building. Please stand if you're here. Please stand in body or spirit. Thank you all for your vision, energy, commitment, and hard work. Now we can applaud. And you can be seated. Finally, I want to acknowledge all of you, our UUFCO community, for the vitality you have brought into this place during our first decade. We have thrived and grown because of you, your leadership, your new ideas, and passion for social justice. Together, we are living out our mission to find meaning, celebrate life, and serve the spirit of love and justice in our world. Thank you.
We will now take the morning offering to support the good work of this fellowship. You may be full of joy this morning, or you may be carrying a heavy burden. But this is a time when we share in community what is in our hearts. You can find the forms for written joys and sorrows on the kiosk in the gathering hall, and anyone is free to light a candle in one of the trays along each side of the sanctuary during this time. So we have a few, sadly, sorrows this morning. Anne and Lynn Wyman share that the emotional pain we feel is beyond words after learning that Cheyenne, our great niece, died by suicide last Tuesday, 2 weeks after her boyfriend took his own life. Yesterday, we learned that Anne's sister, Patty, has throat cancer that has moved into her lymphatic system. Her prognosis is unknown. When Weisling shares and asks for prayers for Fred, my co-worker's husband coming home from the hospital after 6 weeks since a spinal cord surgery. And Shannon Adams shares that her granddaughter's brother was in a motorcycle accident. Cyrus is in St. Charles ICU with multiple injuries. Please send healing energy. But a joy for us all today, too, was the gathering last night of so many people for our new home celebration. And so that good energy stays with us this morning. So may we now hold as a community these and other unspoken joys and sorrows and gratitudes in our heart.
morning. I think I'd like to spend a little bit of time just slowing down a little bit. You know, our life travels at the speed of our minds. And if you want to slow your life down, you need to slow your mind down a bit. So we're going to do just a bit of that. Listen to the bell here. So I'm going to invite you to just take a moment and settle into your chair. If I'm doing this, we're doing meditation. I have to tell you that. It's just the way it goes. So I'm going to strike the bell 3 times, and I'm going to invite you to listen to the bell all the way down. Where did the sound go? So I'd like to invite you to come fully into this place, into this moment. And one way we can do that is just doing something quite simple, such as feeling your feet on the floor. So let's do that. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your bottom in the chair. That's all happening right now in the present moment. Feel your hands in your lap. And just completely relax. Relax. Start by relaxing our jaw, the muscles around our mouth, our face. Let your shoulders drop a bit. Soften your belly. Let it hang out a bit. Just imagine all the tension in your body just draining through your feet deep into the earth. Just relax. The mind can be busy with thoughts about the past and the future, and the mind is easily distracted. So we give it something very simple to do. We just bring our attention to the breath. Notice the breath naturally rising and falling. The breath rises and the breath falls. So simple. You've done it millions of times. Noticing that it rises on the inhale and it falls on the exhale. The breath comes and the breath goes. It's like the waves at the beach. The waves come in, the waves go out. And if the mind wanders away, we gently return to the awareness of this breath, this marvelous breath. And relax. And listen to that woodpecker. That was scripted. It's supposed to be there. And come back. And relax.
that woodpecker. Well, to mark the 10th anniversary of the dedication of our new home, we have a special video message from our beloved past minister, Reverend Heather Ryan Starr. Reverend Starr was our first settled minister, and she was with us for 6 years. And she was the one who encouraged us in 2009 to begin the search for a permanent home. She was very clear with us. She said, if you want to grow, you need a place of your own. And here we are. She's now serving a congregation in Delaware. So we will hear the message from Reverend Heather, and then Tom Wykes will be sharing some words with us.
Hello, Unitarian Universalists of Central Oregon. My name is Reverend Heather Ryan Starr, and I had the joy and honor and challenge and privilege and distinct memory of serving this congregation that you are gathered in some years ago. My child, who was born in August of 2012, is going to become a teenager this summer. So that's how long it's been. I was so honored to serve as your halftime consulting minister. When we met all those years at the Old Stone Church with the green carpet and the heavy wood chairs. And we had to set up every morning and put everything away after every service. And we had no space in the building during the week. I mean, it's hard to imagine, right? I get that it must be so hard for folks who walk into the congregation that you all have created together now to even imagine what it was like not so long ago. And I think that's the biggest thing I want to say and appreciate and acknowledge and lift up, is that these are difficult, frustrating, discouraging, terrible times in our country and our world. And yet perhaps the greatest gift we can give one another is to give each other hope for what is still possible, inspiration, imagination, creativity, collective good energy, the encouragement to one another to lift each other up and present before each other what is still possible when we work together with confidence and positive energy and honesty, even when it's hard, naming what's hard and pressing on. It was truly a joy to be with you. I think about you all the time now as I serve another congregation in another beautiful place. I wanted to share with you a little bit of our space here. And we are in a place here, not that dissimilar from where I felt like I was with you some years ago, where we're, as you are, having tons of people come seek us out and needing community and needing to feel like none of us are crazy because we care about respecting people with differences and diversity, equity, and inclusion, and all kinds of things that shouldn't be radical concepts, respecting people for who they experience themselves to be and what they want for their bodies. And oh my gosh, what a world, what a time, right? Thank goodness we have each other. Please press on with your good work. I can't tell you how often I think of my time with you and look at where you are now and tell people like, wow, there's so many great things possible if we just put the dream out there, keep putting the dream out there, even when we get discouraged, and work together to celebrate, to pool our resources, to each do what we can, to put forward a hopeful vision, even in challenging times. Thank you for being that vision for me and for so many other people, and for keeping all the good that you can going in this world and in the communities that you are connected to. I congratulate you all on this amazing 10-year anniversary of your beautiful space. I look forward to visiting again with my family when the time is right, and enjoy your celebrations and keep all the good things going. Be well.
Wow. You sense the energy of that woman? She's amazing, amazing. One of my jobs with the new home was the kitchen. And we toured every kitchen in Central Oregon. You know, you can't imagine how hard it is to pick out white plates. But we persevered. This church is just small, small details, attended to with great heart. And you sense that. It's all in the details. It's all in the details. Heather, I've forgotten how important that old stone church was to this fellowship. We were there many years, and before that, many other places as well. But I'm sure Reverend Heather would have recalled the lectern that we used in that old stone church. In fact, it's still here. I found it. It's over in the Linus Pauling room. And that was built by one of our founders, Dr. Walt Ford. And every Sunday we would bring it out because everything was kind of stored behind a partition. The coffee pots came out, the hymnals came out, and that lectern came out. And hanging from that lectern was a weaving of a chalice. And the weaving that you see right here was on that lectern. And that weaving was created by Mona Kirk, one of our longtime members. And this weaving now hangs in the library, kind of tucked in the corner, with a list of our founders, most of them forgotten. And there's a picture. There's Mona right there. Some of you know her. This was taken shortly before she passed away at 87, and that was in 2013. And I'd like to share just a little bit of her story because I think it's an important part of who we have become. Mona and her husband Lloyd were among the founding members of this fellowship, as I mentioned, back in the mid-50s, 1950s. She was born and raised in Alabama, and she was the daughter of a coal miner. And she would tell stories about her dad would never see the light of day because he would go to work when it was dark, he would work all days in the mine, and he would come home when it was dark. She was married and had a baby in her teenage years, which is not uncommon if you lived in the rural South. During World War II, she lived with her in-laws. And one day her husband went to the outhouse, and he never returned. He just kept on walking right out of her life. And as great teacher Forrest Gump tells us, sometimes shit happens. And it happened to Mona. Mona didn't deserve it. She didn't ask for it. It wasn't her fault. But sometimes life just knocks you around. And I know everybody in here knows what that's about. Everybody here. We've all had that experience. We all want life to be nice and easy, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. There's always something. Abandoned by her husband, Mona and child moved to New York City, where she had some family support, and she lived and worked as a nanny for a wealthy physician in the city. She remarried, and after World War II, she moved to Bend, and Lloyd worked at the Shevlin-Hickson lumber mill. And I remember when that mill was still here. Yeah. Mona raised a family, and she worked as a waitress at the old Pilot Butte Inn, which was on Newport and Wall Street at that time. And she worked in the lab at the hospital when it was on Hospital Hill on Franklin. She was a self-taught weaver. She completely learned how to do this weaving by herself, and she dyed her own fabric. She was an amazing outdoorswoman, and she was our spiritual teacher and a spiritual seeker. She was kind of the heart of this small group. We were a small group. Kim remembers those days for sure. Cameron too, as well. That was before Old Stone Church, by the way.
Always wanted to turn the lights on.
She did. Oh my God. We didn't know if the power was going out or what was going on. We loved those days, though. Mona was both resilient and caring, and I think everybody knew her, really loved her. She was an amazing woman. But Mona's story is really our story. It's my story. It's your story. It's this fellowship story, because we've all had those moments where life kind of turns us upside down. And, the question is always, what do you do next? What happens next? I met Mona 30 years after she moved to Bend. The fellowship, once vibrant in the 60s and 70s, had dwindled down to about a dozen people in the mid-'80s. And we were, at that time, it was a small community, very conservative. And we were one of the few progressive voices in that community at that time. But as Bend grew, so did the fellowship, and that continues to happen. Bend is growing, and we are growing as a result of that. But as mentioned, we were an itinerant group in those days, and we lived out of plastic bins and totes and all the spaces we've alluded to. But each place that we called home, there was this lectern, and there was this chalice, this weaving. There are still a good number of people from those days, and some of them have been on this stage today that have been around. Older for sure, from those days on the Old Stone Church. But they are and still remain a hardy group, and I salute you, and I appreciate you. The strength of our group has always been the leadership, always. This building is important, but it's the people in it that make it important. The leadership at the lay and at the pastoral level, and that, again, leadership continues today. But again, it's been alluded to, what we needed to thrive, and this is what Heather reminded us of, to grow, we needed to have a permanent space. You just can't live out of bins and totes. You need a space. And you've heard about our efforts and the good fortune that we had to build this space. And as poet Marge Percy says, and says it well, we are people that jump into work head first without dallying in the shadows. There's no dallying in this group. It's not in the DNA. They work head first. This amazing building is one of the most beautiful and distinctive buildings in Bend. A place to come together. And it shows what a group of people can accomplish when they create a vision and they pull together. Churches and other spiritual places play a profound role in personal transformation by offering sanctuary for reflection, healing, and growth. These spaces provide a sense of belonging, and quite frankly, there's not a lot of those spaces around. But surely this is one of those. I think Heather is correct in noting that if you've joined this fellowship within the last 10 years, the tendency is to think, well, it's always been this way. It's not the case. Our present was not like our itinerant past, and I wager that our future will not be like our present. There is a sound and solid foundation built on many good works and dedicated people. But I must remind you that the future is not assured. The work is not yet done, and maybe it will never be. As they say in the investment world, past performance is not a guarantee of future results. I think our finances are in pretty good shape, though. You are the next generation, and the future is in the hands of those who will make it. We certainly live in uncertain times, that goes without saying, both politically and economically. Climate change is looming, and we're going backwards in that direction. Technological advances driven by artificial intelligence are in our future, if not our present. That will radically change our future for all of us. But a dystopian future is not a given. There are many potential outcomes and opportunities. The Chinese military strategist Sun Tzu, in his book, The Art of War, reminds us that in the midst of chaos, there is opportunity, if we are prepared to take it. Perhaps the current political situation, as confusing as it is providing that opportunity. But we must be the change we want to see in the world. We're going through a phase where our democratic institutions are being challenged. And we know from the history of Germany's Weimar Republic that high culture and democratic institutions do not protect you from tyranny. It's a horse race to see if our democratic institutions are changed or destroyed, and the jury is still out on that outcome. The way forward may not be clear. Through a glass and darkly, said Shakespeare. But there are, I think, some truths that we can rely on, some things we can count on, and I want to share 4 of those with you right now. Number 1, we can take heart in the Roman gladiator's advice. Marion, I told you I was going to get this gladiator in here somewhere. There's an old movie, Gladiator, and I love their scene in here. The old gladiator says, when you are in the arena of life, whatever comes through these gates, whatever challenges that confront us, stay together. You must stay together. We are not alone. There is wisdom, resources, and support available in community. There's challenges in community as well. I live in one. Number 2, stay calm. Perhaps we should take time to reflect and not just react. The writer and poet Rudyard Kipling asked, can you keep your head when those around you are losing theirs? Can you meet with triumph and disaster and treat those 2 imposters just the same? That's staying grounded in the eye of the storm, and we need to do that. The Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh said, it's like a boat filled with people crossing the ocean. If they encounter a storm and everyone panics, the boat will capsize. But if there is one person in the boat that can remain calm, that person can inspire other people to be calm. And then there will be hope for the whole boatload. And we are all in that boat together. So can we be that community who can stay calm in the eye of the storm? Can we be the example that others can draw strength from? And thirdly, can we maintain our integrity, our dignity in the face of fear and confusion? Our Jewish friends call this spiritual resistance, and we are doing that. That's our role right now, spiritual resistance. And refers to our efforts by individuals to maintain their humanity, their personal integrity, their dignity, and sense of civilization in the face of attempts to dehumanize and degrade us. And you know the story. The question is it repeating itself? Most generally, spiritual resistance refers to the refusal to have one's spirit broken in the midst of horrible degradation. Can we at UUFCO stay principled in hard times? So let me remind you of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is what binds us together, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and love, and to help one another. This is not being Pollyanna. We all think we can't do this. The Buddha reminds us that in this world, hate has never been dispelled by hate. Never. Only love dispels hate. This is the law, ancient and inexhaustible. So we live out this value through the relationships and the caring that we do for each other. When we offer food through the Bethlehem Inn, family kitchen, books for children through Fireflies, water for Warm Springs, support for our unhoused and immigrant neighbors. The list goes on and on and on. This is Reverend Scott's central reoccurring message, the message of love. Can we stay principled when the shit hits the fan? Absolutely. And finally, I'd like to remind you that we need to keep going and doing what Marion Jordan calls the real work. Life is like riding a bicycle, said Albert Einstein. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Marge Percy again reminds us, I love people who strain in the mud and muck to move things forward, who do what has to be done again and again and again. We must keep moving. So in the life of this fellowship, in the first 10 years in our new home, we have accomplished a lot. We have strengths, we have resources, but past performance is not a guarantee of future results. There is more to do. We will be tested in the next 10 years and beyond. But let's stick together, my friends, and keep moving forward. We are the future, and let us build a new way together. May it be so. Thank you.
Will you please rise and body your spirit and join us in singing We Are Building a New Way.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way.
We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free of greed and jealousy. We are working to be free.
We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feel our every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We are feeding every need. Peace and freedom is our cry.
Freedom is our cry.
Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, the world will die. We are free. Peace and freedom is our cry.
We are building.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. Feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way.
We are building.
We are building a new way.
One more time.
We are building a new way.
Please remain standing, and as Tom extinguishes our chalice, please join in saying our covenant, the promise we make to each other in community. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. So now, as our wonderful house band sings us out, we go into this new day knowing that this community of love has created something beautiful, hopeful, and life-sustaining. And it connects us to the future and to those who will come after us. Together, we can build a new way. Go in peace, go in love, say hello to someone you haven't talked to before, and don't forget to